officially get started now. My name is Julia Smiley Green. I serve as Communications Officer for WorldSkills Jamaica, and I also serve as the Director of Marketing and Communications at the Heart NSTA Trust. And it is indeed my pleasure to be taking you through this morning's opening ceremony for the Autonomous Mobile Robotics Invitational Training Camp right here at the Cardiff Hotel and Spa. I'd like to take the opportunity to make special mention of Senator the Honorable Dr. Dana Morris Dixon, Minister without portfolio in the Office of the Prime Minister with responsibility for skills and digital transformation. It's always good to see you, Minister. Thanks for joining us. And Minister is supported this morning by Ms. Marjorie Straw and Mr. Blake Brown. We know you are very diligent in getting Minister to respond sometimes when we call on her at very short notice for these things, and we appreciate that. I also want to acknowledge our Chief Executive Officer and official delegate for WorldSkills Jamaica, Dr. Tanisha Ingleton. You may know her as Managing Director of the Heart NSTA Trust, but in the world of WorldSkills, Dr. Ingleton is at the helm of things, running the ship for WorldSkills Jamaica, leading our National Advisory Council, which has representation across industry, public sector, academia, as we seek to fulfill the mandate of representing Jamaica on the world stage. I want to recognize as well Mr. William Malava, our Deputy Managing Director at the Heart NSTA Trust, with responsibility for corporate support. We are supported today as well by the technical delegate for WorldSkills Jamaica, Mr. Dwayne Bent. And Mr. Bent is that person who works through all the technical elements in ensuring that WorldSkills Jamaica is well represented and that we are able to tap into all the opportunities that WorldSkills International provides. Mr. Bent is ably supported by Mrs. Stacey and Kane Davis, who is the technical delegate assistant. So she is the right hand to Mr. Bent in working through all of those technical things, the late night meetings. Ladies and gentlemen, WorldSkills is a body that has representation from 87 countries across the world. So it means there are times when we have to be in meetings with people from Australia and China, and we work with a world clock. So this is a 24/7 job for WorldSkills. Mr. Andrew Mitchell is also here. He is the manager for WorldSkills Jamaica, working through all the operational side of the WorldSkills unit. Andrew is a man who loves to be behind the scenes, but he does a lot of work, and he deserves the recognition, ladies and gentlemen. We have Mrs. Charlene Mohan, who supports WorldSkills Jamaica as our strategist and schools liaison officer. So, Ms. Sigri, you should get to know her because we want to be replicating a lot of WorldSkills clubs across the Ministry of Education schools, and we definitely want to do some collaboration around that. I want to recognize our partners who have made this event significant as well. Mr. Derek Murphy, who is Manager for Autonomous Mobile Robotics at Studica, and Mr. James Taylor, who is the Autonomous Mobile Robotics Engineer with Studica. They have traveled here to ensure that our instructors, our trainees, the Ministry of Education school representatives are trained in this area so that they can compete on the world stage. We are preparing for competition, ladies and gentlemen, in Lyon, France in September of this year. And that is where we will have over 1,500 competitors coming together from more than 65 countries to compete in different skill areas. Jamaica, through WorldSkills Jamaica, will compete in 6 areas in that international competition. So you will see us competing in digital construction, graphic design technology, autonomous mobile robotics, optoelectronic technology, welding, and we're Jamaicans, so we must enter cooking. All right. I want to also recognize members of the various WorldSkills delegation who are with us. We have representatives from South Africa. We have representatives from Canada, Singapore, Trinidad, and of course, Jamaica. We have representation from Jamaica as well. Ms. Carleen Sigri, Regional Director for the Ministry of Education, Region 3, is with us this morning, representing Permanent Secretary Dr. Kassim Troop. Thank you so much for joining us, Ms. Sigri. And we have Sonia Hill, who is WorldSkills International Champions Trust Representative. Sonia competed at the WorldSkills Special Edition competition in 2022 in Bordeaux, France, in the area of mobile robotics. And she would have gone through a very rigorous process to now become a member of the WorldSkills Champions Trust. She represents the Caribbean and the Americas, so that's a big deal for us at WorldSkills. I want to also recognize representatives and partners from the public and private sector, representatives from the Ministry of Education, schools that have joined us, representatives of the media. Thank you so much for providing the necessary coverage that we needed today. I have JIS, I have TVJ, and I have CVM. So we have all the major players, Minister, to help get the message out to the Jamaican public for us. Ladies and gentlemen, all, good morning. I would have done my salutations and background and introductions and everything you want. So if nothing further for me to do than to get the proceedings on the road, and I'm going to ask you to stand for the playing of the national anthem. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. You may be seated while I invite or see you and the official delegate, Dr. Tanisha to welcome.
Thank you so much, Ms. Smiley Green, Communications Officer for WorldSkills Jamaica. And Ms. Smiley Green will tell you that when we were in Ireland a couple months ago, her job was like no other because she has to connect with countries from all over the world. So we're happy that Jamaica is ably represented. It is indeed a privilege this morning to recognize our Honourable Minister, the Senator, the Honourable Dr. Dana Morris Dixon, Minister without portfolio in the Office of the Prime Minister with responsibility for skills and digital transformation. The reason why it is such a privilege is because Jamaica is perhaps one of two countries in the world, or three, that can boast about a Minister of Skills. This is not something that is across the world. It's a novel concept, and to know that we are among the leaders in Africa is demonstrating political will and how invested our government is in skills and digital transformation. So could you give The minister and our government are round of applause. We are very pleased, especially when we're in these meetings with the 85 countries and we have a minister of skills. You know, it makes a difference. So we are happy about that. Our distinguished guests, our esteemed colleagues, and of course, our future robotics pioneers. Look at them, the individuals who will be leading the industry in a couple of years. Welcome to the opening ceremony for the WorldSkills Jamaica Autonomous Mobile Robotics Invitational Training Camp. This gathering marks a pivotal moment, not just for our participants, but for Jamaica's journey towards a technology-driven future. And I hope you see the wisdom in our Prime Minister in twinning digital transformation and skills. So over the next few days, we embark on a shared mission to equip our brightest minds with the skills and knowledge needed to excel in the dynamic world of robotics. The heart and the trust stands firmly on the edge of tomorrow, preparing Jamaicans for the jobs of the future, jobs that have not even been invented yet. Robotics is at the forefront of this revolution, promising advancements in industry from healthcare to agriculture, and we are determined to position Jamaica as a leader in this transformative field. And so, in order for us to do that, we have done some work. We have purchased 60 autonomous mobile robotics kits and 20 aerial robotics, or what we refer to as drones. These kits will take our students from basic to advanced in designing, in programming, and installing, and even maintaining robots in just about any sector. Can you believe that? The Heart and STA Trust is leading that. The beauty about this acquisition is that it is the latest technology in autonomous robotics that will be used to facilitate the international competition in Lyon, France, with over 60 different countries set to participate. And of course, the Heart and STA Trust has a team. The two competitors who will be representing Jamaica, Javier Farquharson, could you just stand please so everybody can see you? And Duvani Vassal, where are they? All right, at the back. Right, thank you so much. So we have Singapore, and we will be having an almost friendly competition, Minister, in September in Lyon. This is the training ground. This is where we're going to be learning from each other, looking at the skills and competencies, assessing the gaps, and moving forward so that both countries will be shining on the world stage. So on that stage, we're going to have Jamaica and Singapore. It doesn't matter who comes third, but we know that Jamaica will be up there and Singapore will be there. Right? Awesome. So thank you so much. This training camp is not just about technical mastery. It is about sculpting the innovators for tomorrow. We believe in a holistic approach, fostering not only technical skills like coding and engineering, but also essential soft skills like collaboration, the problem solving, the critical thinking. These are the cornerstone of a future-proof workforce, adaptable to constant change and capable of navigating the complexities of the digital age. So just look around you. We have our representatives from across the globe. This little country, this little island, we are facilitating this particular training, and we have dynamic support from Canada, from Singapore, from South Africa. just a concept, but a tangible reality. Students experiment with 3D printing. They delve into the intricacies of artificial intelligence and witness the power of automation firsthand. All of this is taking place at the Heart and STA Trust. This is the future we are building, a future where Jamaicans are not just consumers of technology, but we are creators, we are shapers, and we're drivers of the next technological leap. The statistics paint a vivid picture. The global robotics industry is projected to reach a staggering US 74.1 billion by 2026. Optoelectronics, with its potential to revolutionize healthcare and communication, is estimated to grow US 52.7 billion by 2025. And the demand for mechatronics, the ingenious blend of mechanics, electronics, and computer science, is expected to skyrocket by US 28.83 billion in the next 4 years. These are not just numbers. They represent opportunities. Opportunities for our graduates to secure rewarding careers, to contribute to national development, and to become architects of a prosperous Jamaica. The Heart and STA Trust is not simply providing training. We are igniting a revolution. We are building a network of STEAM labs and centers of excellence across the island. We are transforming institutions into hotbeds of innovation and creation. We are partnering with industry leaders, bridging the gap between academia and the real world, and ensuring our graduates enter a market eager for skills. But this journey requires your active participation. So I urge you, our future robotics champions, can you imagine how much money you're going to get with all of these billion-dollar projections in this field? Can you imagine how wealthy you're going to be and how many people you're going to employ and all of the changes that you are going to be advancing in Jamaica? So I encourage you to ask questions, to challenge assumptions, and to push the limits of your own potential. Please collaborate with your peers, learn from your experts, and let your ideas take flight. This camp is your launch pad, and the world, of course, is your arena. So as we stand on the precipice of technological renaissance, remember that your work transcends mere competition. You are shaping the future of industries, the landscape of innovation, and the very destiny of Jamaica. Let your passion for robotics be a spark. Ignite a nationwide movement towards progress and towards prosperity. And I must say to this grouping this morning that this initiative that we are doing today, this initiative was born out of our recent participation at Dublin, Ireland. When we go into these spaces, we seek out opportunities. And it was in this space that the team that traveled had the conversations with the various individuals across the world so that we could be facilitating this competition today. And for those of us who may not know, the General Assembly is the highest body in WorldSkills International, and every 2 years, TVET leaders gather to discuss how it is that we are going to be advancing TVET. And so from that, again, for the Lyon 2024 competition, Jamaica, Heart and STA Trust, Heart's WorldSkills delegation has been assigned full responsibility for fashion design technology. So our little team will be responsible for managing the fashion design technology competition. That is the value that we have here. And over 40 countries will be participating in that. So we're not managing the foods one this year, Miss Julia, but we have been assigned fashion design technology. So this indeed is amazing. And so Minister and all our participants, all our visitors from across the world, let us write a new chapter. A chapter filled with the hum of code and the triumphant spirit of human intelligence. We are able to do this. We can start this revolution. We have started, and I'm sure we will have a great finish. So welcome and enjoy the rest of week of the training. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ingleton, for your very able delivery and for providing greater context in terms of what we are doing here today, how we would have arrived at this point, and the preparation for our competition in Lyon in September of this year. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the point now where we are going to be hearing from our partner and also from our Champions Trust representative. So I'm going to ask you to direct your attention to the screen. We have 2 video messages that will be played at this point. We will be taking 1 video message from Studica. So this training that you are experiencing today is being put on in partnership with Studica Robotics. They are one of the industry partners for WorldSkills International, and we would have been having significant dialogue with them. They are the partners who build the robots that are used in international competition. They are the partners who are also responsible for writing the projects that are executed at the WorldSkills International competition. So what our participants are experiencing in this training this week are fully representative of what happens on the world stage in competition. And we are delighted that Studica Robotics would have partnered with us for this activity this week. So we're going to be hearing from Studica, but before we hear from Studica, we're going to take the video message from Miss Sonia Hill, or WorldSkills Champion Trust representative, who has responsibility for the Caribbean and the Americas. And that video will be immediately followed by a video from Mr. Frank Nanfaro, who is the CEO for Studica. Let's hear from Sonia.
Hi, I am Sonia Hill and I am from the beautiful island of Jamaica, and I am a member of the WorldSkills Champion Trust. I participated in the WorldSkills Competition Special Edition 2022 in Bordeaux, France last year. I consider my contribution to the skills development in Jamaica to be impactful, where mobile robotics has been a male-dominant area, and I was the only female that competed in the WorldSkills competition in the skill area of mobile robotics, and I can use my experience to encourage females to participate in male-dominated skill areas, on a wider scale. In France, I will be attending a training camp that will prepare me to be actively a part of the WorldSkills Champion Trust. Given that mobile robotics is a part of the Industry 4.0, it is a beneficial career pathway that young people can venture in. It takes a lot of time and dedication, however it is a very good field to pursue a career in.
Good day, everyone. My name is Frank Nanfera, President of Studica Robotics. A warm welcome to each and every one of you as we kick off this exciting 5-day training program for the WorldSkills Autonomous Mobile Robotics Competition. Before we delve into the intricacies of autonomous robotics, I'd like to express our sincere gratitude to WorldSkills Jamaica for extending their generous invitation to competitors from around the globe. Their unwavering commitment to this competition, evident through their investment in cutting-edge equipment and comprehensive training, speaks volumes about their dedication to propelling Jamaica forward in the realms of computer science, engineering, and mathematics. Recognizing that a robust education system in autonomous mobile robotics is a catalyst for innovation, economic growth, and technological reliance, WorldSkills Jamaica has positioned itself as a key player in fostering a dynamic and forward-thinking community. By nurturing skills and knowledge in these fields, we not only enhance productivity, but we also create employment opportunities, attract investment, promote exports, and ultimately reduce dependency on foreign technology. As we embark on the next few days of intensive training and collaboration, I encourage each of you to make the most of this valuable opportunity, engage, learn, and inspire one another, for it is through shared knowledge and collective passion that we pave the way for a future defined by progress and excellence. Once again, a heartfelt welcome to this WorldSkills event. Let's make these days ahead memorable, educational, and filled with a spirit of friendly competition. Enjoy your time, everyone. Thank you.
Because I want you to take a look at the very unassuming Sonia Hill. She's a little dynamo who would have competed and done very well. And I want to encourage the young people to use Sonia as a mentor. If she could do it, it means you all can do it too. And you will be able to interact with her over the rest of the week. Please take some time to speak with her. Get some tips from her about competing on the world stage and how you too can go there and do very well. We are going to be moving now, ladies and gentlemen, to entertainment. And this entertainment piece will be delivered by the choir here at the Hart College of Hospitality Services. They will be making their way to the platform and they will deliver a very entertaining piece for you. So let's make them feel welcome as they come.
I said of the Lord that He is my refuge, and Him will I put all of my trust. He's taken me daily from glory to glory. In Him will I trust. Him will I trust.
Some trust in chariots, some trust in horses, but I will remember the name of my God. He is a warrior, and yes, He is mighty. In Him will I trust. Him will I trust. He's my defender. my shield and butler. My hope is built firmly on Him. On mountains and valleys, but my God before me, so in Him will I trust, Him will I trust. Some trust in chariots, oh, some trust in horses, but I will remember the name of my God. He is the warrior. Yes, He is. Yes, He is mighty. In Him will I trust. Him will I trust. Come what they may, I'll never doubt Him. I'm fervently praying and trusting in Him, for He has a track record of never failing. So in Him will I trust, in Him will I trust. But some trust in chariots, yes they do. Some trust in horses, but I will remember the name of my God. He is a warrior. Oh, yes, He is mine. In Him will I trust. Him will I trust. But some trust, yes, they do. Some trust in horses, but I will remember the name of my God. He is a warrior. Yes, He is. Yes, He is mine. In Him will I trust. Him will I trust. So you have my heart. So you have my mind. So you have my trust. So you have my life. My life. My life. My life. My life. So you have my heart. So you have my mind. So you have my trust. So you have my life. My life. My life. My life. My life. Some trust in chariots, some trust in horses, but I will remember the name of my God. He is a warrior. Yes, He is mighty. In Him will I trust. Him will I trust. Some trust in chariots, some trust in horses, but I will remember the name of my God. He is a warrior. Yes, He is mighty. In Him will I trust. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smile in the rising sun. 3 little birds sat by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true. Singing, this is my message to you. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright.
Thank you so much, Hart College of Hospitality Services. So they don't just do the culinary skills here, ladies and gentlemen. They also have some musical skills, and I think they did very well. Thank you so much. We are moving now to our keynote address, and we will be hearing from Senator the Honorable Dr. Dana Morris Dixon. She is the Minister without portfolio in the Office of the Prime Minister with responsibility for skills and digital transformation. Minister, I'm going to read the profile and introduce you. No? And after I do that, I'm going to ask you to give me a minute and a half for you to see a video with highlights of day one, which was yesterday, and then you take the podium. So, Senator the Honorable Dr. Dana Morris Dixon is Minister without portfolio in the Office of the Prime Minister with responsibility for skills and digital transformation. Dr. Dixon is a 2004 Fulbright Scholar and an alum of the University of the West Indies, where she completed a BS in Economics, First Class Honors, MSc Government with distinction. She is also a graduate of Husef Kerbel School of International Studies, where she completed a PhD in International Studies, as well as the executive program of the Harvard Business School. She has served as a senior executive of the Jamaica National Group and also served as managing director of JN General Insurance Limited, one of the key subsidiaries of the group. She has executed numerous large-scale strategic projects, including launch of the first Caribbean bank to be authorized in the United Kingdom in 2020, as well as the reorganization of Jamaica National Group that created JN Bank and the new group structure in 2017. While on secondment from the JN Group to the Bank of Jamaica, she also led the successful completion of the National Risk Assessment for Jamaica in 2021, which is a key component of Jamaica's FATF action plan. Dr. Dixon has also served in senior public sector roles in the Office of the Prime Minister and JAMPRO. Dr. Dixon started her career as an academic at the University of the West Indies, where she taught several courses at the undergraduate and graduate levels. During her tenure with the UWI, she also worked on the Jamaica Economy Project, which was the precursor to the successful Caribbean Policy Research Institute. She is fiercely committed to the advancement of women as senior executives on boards and in politics, and has served on numerous boards and committees. Given her passion for education, she served on the Jamaica Education Transformation Commission, and she also serves on the Archdiocese of Kingston Education Commission. She's also a member of the Board of Directors of Campion College, her alma mater. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to give Minister a round of applause. And then you're going to allow us to show the video of day one highlights, and then you have to applaud for both the video and for Minister to take the lectern. Let's have that video of day one.
This vision has been in the making since October 2019 with Sadiqa, and we are here today to fulfill that vision. A round of applause for Sadiqa.
Yes, it's on. All right. Let me start with, welcoming everyone here, and I have to acknowledge some people that are on my protocol list. So, of course, our lovely moderator, who's been doing such a fantastic job, Mrs. Julia Smiley Green. Good morning. Dr. Tanisha Ingleton, the Managing Director of Heart NSTA Trust, and also CEO of WorldSkills Jamaica, and all the other members of the Heart NSTA Trust team. Derek Murphy, Manager, Autonomous Mobile Robotics at Studica, and James Taylor, Autonomous Mobile Robotics Engineer, also there. Members of WorldSkills International from Trinidad, South Africa, Canada, and Singapore. Welcome to Jamaica, and I hope you get some time to really enjoy. I did a It's back. I don't know what's going on. All right. Representatives and partners of the public and private sector. I know the Minister of Education is here and other reps are here. Representatives of the media, we can't do this without you. Thank you for being here. And ladies and gentlemen, all good. I don't know what time is it. Morning. It's still morning. I want to welcome you all to the future, because that's what this really represents here today. And I'm very excited to be here. I'm very happy to see what is happening this morning. And I definitely have to congratulate the team at the Heart NSTA Trust for all the work they are doing. And I keep saying that this heart is a different heart than before. It's a very different organization, and it takes its time to really do all of this transformational change. But I think under the leadership of Dr. Ingleton, we're seeing a different place. And the event that we're having today is really symbolic of that new heart. And I found it really good that we were entertained before by the choir from our School of Hospitality, because that's really, when you think about Heart NSTA Trust in Jamaica's history, that is what you thought about, hospitality. And when you think of our tourism industry, which is known worldwide as one of the best, it's because of the training they received and invariably received in this institution where we are. And so, you think of, so we have them singing, and they did a lovely breakfast for me this morning. I mean, the ackee and saltfish was just so good that they did. And to have the chefs up here singing at a moment when we're talking about robotics, which is the future, you see Heart really maintaining that kind of success it had and that Jamaica knows it for. And we still rely on the tourism sector, so they are still the future. But then we also see Heart at the center of a new emerging world, and a world that will obviously have a part to play in even hospitality. And so I find it really fascinating that Heart has been able to withstand the test of time and to actually be moving with the times. And so I congratulate again all of you at Heart NSTA Trust for all of your hard work in what you are doing to move our country forward. And that's what you have to remember, when you wake up in the morning and you go to the office and it's stressful and there are tons of emails and meetings and all of the commitments all over Jamaica. Just know you're doing it for your country and for your people, and feel good about it because you're doing a good job. All right, today I stand before you to talk about a subject that is revolutionizing our world. Robotics within the realm of STEM, science, technology, engineering, and what's the M? Maths. All right, mathematics, which is very important. And I know in Jamaica we have the discussion around, is it STEM or is it STEAM? Should we add the A for the arts? And I think the Ministry of Education is very stringent that we add the A, because that's important. Because when we see our robotics teams, they're using a lot of the arts. And those skills of design are very important. Because if you think about your iPhone, which so many young people tell me they want more than anything else, it's, I need an iPhone, right? Right? Students, right? Trainees. Yeah, she's showing me her iPhone, right? So if you think about the iPhone is not just technology. It's also design. That's what people love. It's how it was designed, the simplicity. When we talk about Apple products, it's about how elegant it is. And so when we talk about these areas and these STEM areas, there's definitely that area of the arts, which is very important in terms of that whole area of creativity and artisticness. So robotics is a field that was once confined to the imaginations of science fiction. I remember when I was young and you watch Star Trek or Star Wars and you think about this future and it seemed far away, but it's here and it is transforming both our personal lives and industries, even here in Jamaica. The history of robots is a fascinating journey that mirrors humanity's hopes, fears, and ethical quandaries regarding artificial intelligence and mechanization. This journey started long before the term robot was even coined, stretching back to ancient myths and legends. This all goes to say that we have been enamored and enthralled for millennia with this concept of robotics or artificial intelligence. So what was then myth and dream is now a present reality. And we've been able to do it. And what Heart is saying to Jamaica is that we have to be a part of that future. At the heart of robotics is the pursuit of innovation and problem solving, key principles of a STEM or STEAM education. So that problem solving element is critical. And I say, even though it seems future for Jamaica, and sometimes we talk about it in a future kind of language, it really isn't that future. Because if we look at what Heart has done, and we heard from Miss Hill earlier, Sonia Hill, who was the only female competing globally. That's a big deal. And she's now really seen as one of the big ambassadors for WorldSkills globally. So we've had success. And in addition to that, at the first global skills and robotics competition recently, Jamaica won a gold medal. That was in Singapore. And we won a gold medal. Jamaica is not starting at the very base. It says we have talent. And I know we complain a lot about what's not right in Jamaica, but we need to spend a little bit more time talking about what is actually good and what is working, and our young people are brilliant. And I can tell you from meeting with that team that won that gold medal in Singapore, it wasn't easy. It was not easy at all. They named their bot Problem Child. You know why they called it Problem Child? Because it kept breaking down. And they kept having trouble with it. But they persevered. And we are people who persevere. They may not have had the best equipment. They may not have had, the kind of extensive training. But they did a fantastic job. And what was really great was that the team came from many high schools across Jamaica. It wasn't just one school or two schools. It was many, what we call traditional and non-traditional schools. And I hate those terms. But they came from a variety of schools in Jamaica. And what it says is that talent is here. Like we unearthed the talent in tourism and the hospitality sector, we have talent in robotics already. And our goal is to unleash more of that talent in Jamaica through programs like what we are doing today, where we are teaching our young people how to compete in robotics competitions. We're a competitive country. And so this is really very much in tandem with our own cultural values and norms. And what we're saying is our young people deserve the same kinds of opportunities as young people in robotics anywhere else in the world. And they deserve the right technology, equipment that they need, and the right support that they need. And that's an important thing that we are saying. And I think it's a broader thing that we are saying in terms of skills more broadly in Jamaica. We are saying that every child matters, irrespective of where they come from. And every child can make a living, make a life out of skills. And that's why the government made Heart NSTA Trust courses up to an associate degree free for every child who wants to have a skill. And so when we talk about inclusion, that's what we mean. We want to see a Jamaica where everybody has opportunities. And we truly believe that the opportunities are in the area of skills. And when we think of Heart, we usually think of hospitality quite a bit. But now I want us to think of Heart and see it synonymous with robotics. That's where we are going with this. So the Prime Minister some time ago outlined the administration's plan to build 6 STEM schools across the island. The first such institution will be built right here in this parish in St. Anne, right? And STEM will be for all Jamaicans, not just those living in Kingston or Montego Bay. And I think it's important that the first one will be here in this beautiful parish of St. Anne. And it says a lot. It says inclusive development. Now, this will be done under the Jamaica Education Project with the World Bank, and the Ministry of Education is leading the way. And so this is where you see that kind of joined up government. We have our Ministry of Education reps, and we have Heart NSTA Trust and our schools working in tandem with each other, understanding that this is the future. And we also have our universities playing their role in all of this. And so with the help of the World Bank, we are building these institutions, these new STEM institutions. And the project is expected to benefit 6,000 high school teachers and 150,000 secondary students. So in keeping with our commitment to gender parity, especially in the STEM area, and I heard you, Sonia Hill, in saying that, we need to have more women in these technical fields. At least 50% of the expected students of these institutions will be female. And so you are leading the way in what you are doing as a leader in the world, a Jamaican leader in the world in robotics. And we are trying to have there be more Sonia Hills in Jamaica. And I think it is something that we can do. This administration is investing in STEM programs, providing resources for educators, and creating opportunities for students like this one here. We're inspiring our young minds to dream, create, and innovate. For in their hands lies not just robots, but the future of Jamaica and the world. Now, when we think about Heart again, and you heard the MD speak about the future. Yes, we have robotics, which some people are going to be hearing for the first time, but we're going to say it over and over again, that Heart is evolving and being very relevant for the future. So we have robotics, but we also have it incorporated in mechatronics, which the MD spoke about, which is absolutely critical to the future. And when we think about manufacturing, that is where we're going. Recently, we heard the wonderful announcement of the new plant for National. And they've said they're going to be using robotics as a part of their plant. I've met with other manufacturing companies in Jamaica, and they plan to use more technology, more robotics in their manufacturing plants. What that means is that we're seeing a shift in our manufacturing sector in Jamaica, and we need to have the workforce in tandem with that. And so what is being done here in the robotics program, but also in the broader mechatronics program, is saying that we are fully invested as Heart NSTA Trust in providing the skills that are necessary to continue that forward. And so when you think of Heart again, you must think of optoelectronics, which is another area that Jamaica does very well in. And we've competed and we won a medal recently also in optoelectronics. When you ask most people in Jamaica, they don't know what mechatronics is, they don't know what optoelectronics is, they don't know what even robotics is. And so what we're saying is, even if you don't know what it is, Heart knows what it is, and Heart is providing the training for our young people. So I know some people say, they don't see anything going on in Jamaica. There's a lot going on. The future is bright, and it is bright because of these bright minds that we have sitting in this room and that will be going through this training, and that did a fantastic job serving me this morning and did a fantastic job singing this morning to us also. So why are we making all this investment as a government in STEM? And it's not just because STEM is a buzzword or some pipe dream. STEM is here. It has been here and it's not going away. And we feel our children must be equipped for that world where this is not going away. With every passing day, its significance grows, and we see the data, and the MD spoke through some of the data that's out there. And we see data from the International Federation of Robotics, and they've said that the global stock of operational industrial robots hit 2.7 million units in 2020. So there are several of these out there, not just several, but millions of these out there. And they expect this to increase by about 12% each year. And they're thinking that it's a possibility that you could see that this incorporation of robotics into manufacturing and into industry will lead to a 30% rise in production capacities in industries where they are employed. We see robotics in healthcare also. That's an increasing trend that we see in agriculture. Robotics is critical in that area, and we are an agricultural country, and we have issues in relation to climate change and the impact of climate change on production in the agricultural space. And I tell you, the way forward is through the incorporation of technology into our agricultural processes. And that is why at Heart NSTA Trust, when agriculture is taught, it is taught as agri-tech, understanding that the future of many of our industries is going to be technology. And you heard Jamaica is going to be the lead in the WorldSkills competition on fashion technology. Not fashion, fashion technology. And so every area of skill is now touched by technology. And we've had to rethink all of the programs to ensure that there is more technology embedded in that. Now, the World Economic Forum predicted that by 2025, automation will displace 85 million jobs worldwide. And I saw lots of headlines that said, we're going to lose jobs because of robotics and artificial intelligence. But the reality is, if you read the report a little bit further down, it also forecasted the creation of 97 million new roles, emphasizing the need for a skilled workforce adapted to the robotics era. So yes, some jobs are going to be displaced, but there are going to be many others that are created. And our job and our administration, through the Ministry of Education, through the Office of the Prime Minister and the Skills Portfolio and our universities, we are looking at how we can build the jobs of the future and build students and employees who are ready for that new state and for those new jobs. And so what I say to Jamaica generally is that the jobs in another few years are going to look very different than the jobs now. And we have to get ready for it. And that's why there's so much talk about upskilling. How do we upskill people who are already in their jobs? But we know that automation is coming. We know that more technology is going to be used. How do we empower them to be a part of the future in these companies by giving them the skills that they need for these new roles that are going to be here? And we know that they're going to be there. So when we talk about robotics, we're talking about Jamaica taking its place in the productive, prosperous new world. Now I want to touch on another technology, artificial intelligence. And this is a phenomenon that is not just transforming our world, but redefining the very fabric of reality. Imagine a force so potent and versatile that it can unravel the mysteries of the human genome, predict natural disasters, and revolutionize how we learn, work, and interact. That is not just a plot of a science fiction novel, it is AI, and it is here. And I want to say, in terms of artificial intelligence, where we do see a lot of, concern, and it's important. When we think about any new technology in history, there has been concern. And with any new innovation, there tend to be goods, pros, and cons. And the key thing for us as a country is to understand those pros and cons so that we can accentuate those goods, the pros, but then minimize those that are more risky. And that's what we're doing. And so in July 2023, I formed an artificial intelligence task force that has persons from industry who are working in the new technology in their businesses, academics who have studied artificial intelligence. What was interesting, there are many academics in Jamaica or people who would have studied at MIT and other schools globally and are experts in artificial intelligence. And so I just said, come on, you want to serve your country? Come be a part of this task force. We even have our managing director of Heart NSTA Trust on that body. So it's the Artificial Intelligence Task Force is made up of people from academia, industry, and in government. And what we are doing with that task force is looking at how Jamaica can benefit. Do we need new policies? Do we need to change the way we are teaching? Are there new programs that are needed? And I'm very happy to note that yesterday I got the first draft of their interim report, the interim report from the Artificial Intelligence Committee, that task force that has been set up. So what that says is we're not just sitting down idly by. Remember, they were formed in July. And we got the interim report already. And we are going to be doing more work in terms of fleshing out the details of actual policies around artificial intelligence. But what it says is that we actually have a lot of talent here. And we just have to unearth it. Because there were lots of experts in artificial intelligence. And even after I created the task force, I meet people who tell me of their expertise in the area. And so we have to do a better job of harnessing all those skills that are here and residing in the diaspora so that we can benefit from it and implement policies here in Jamaica. But what I'm saying is that we're not being static. We're very much future oriented and we're looking to the future in every respect. The Prime Minister has spoken a lot about productivity. And we know that the productivity numbers in Jamaica are not where we want it to be. And we have to do a lot of work to get it to where it needs to be. And I think we're not going to get any economic growth if we do not address the productivity issue in our country. And there are many facets to that productivity issue. But one area that can help is definitely technology. Because the more technology you embed in your business processes is the more output that you get for less costs. And so that's why you see more of our manufacturing companies going to mechanization and automation, because they understand that they have to raise productivity. We also have the phenomenon of the lowest unemployment rate in Jamaica's history. And so for our team that's visiting, we've always had high unemployment in Jamaica. And this is the first time we've ever had unemployment at 4.5%. So for us, it is at almost full employment. That's a phenomenon we've never seen. Yes, that is from good government policies embedded by Heart NSTA Trust, doing a very good job in training people for the workforce. But what it says is that we have a very tight labor market. And what we have to do is to become more productive, get more production out of each person. How do you do that? You give them more technology. So there are less manual processes. So in a day, what you would take 8 hours to do manually, you can do it in 2 hours if you are using technology. And that's where we have to look at when we're thinking about productivity. Yes, we have to look at our education system and having graduates who are much more literate and numerate and able to function well in these new areas of robotics and artificial intelligence. They're very important. That's important too. And we also have to focus on values too, in terms of what we teach in our programs. And Heart NSTA Trust is leading that way. And through our conversations, we've been talking about how we embed more of that culture of work into our graduates. And so in the programs at Heart NSTA Trust, there is more of an emphasis on teaching professionalism, going to work on time, being responsible when you get tasks, being there when you are supposed to be there. Those are important elements of the productivity discussion. And in many instances, we have absenteeism, no regard for time. That's not a professional. And so what we've said with our students who are being trained in the various Heart NSTA Trust institutions is that those values have to be embedded from the beginning of their programs, and it needs to run throughout the programs, because if we're really serious about tackling productivity, it's also about mindset change. And one way to do it is to target our young people in skills programs so that they understand the value of work and showing up for work as a professional, because you know that you have respect for yourself and respect for those who you work with or work for. And so that's a critical element of what we are doing going forward. And we think with technology, with a better attitude towards work, which we're instilling in our students, with work like this in terms of collaboration and competition, very good competition, we are teaching our young, skilled workforce how to be better in the workplace, and we will ultimately see better productivity. So my charge at the end to Heart is to continue to do this and to expand it. The mechatronics programs, the robotics programs have to be expanded. And I have to again congratulate Heart for this work today, which is training our competitors, bringing in experts from other countries to support us in training our young people so that they can compete better. When we see our athletes in the Olympics doing fantastic, it didn't happen overnight. It was because of strategic thinking. It was because of having programs where you trained coaches and you put them around the schools in Jamaica. It's because of champs that we have the success that we have. It is because we have trained the coaches in different ways of nutrition and so on. And so for me, I say to you, excellence is a habit. Excellence is learned. And it's not overnight. And so our young people can't just go to a competition and expect to win gold. There's a strategy behind it. And that's what today is. Today is about bringing in experts so that they can help our young people to be the best when they go out and compete. We have the Singapore team here because we want to learn from them. We want to see how they approach things, their attitude. I mean, they've been a leader in this area for a long time. And so what we're doing today is instilling excellence. And so what we want to see are more robotics teams across our schools in Jamaica, because it's an emerging area. It's important. We have some, but we want more, and we want more resources directed there. And Heart NSTA Trust, with the kits that they have, we will be doing more across our schools in Jamaica. My charge to the parents, because parents are a part of our issue sometimes. Yes, you don't know what mechatronics is, optoelectronics or robotics, but it's the future. And if your child says they want to go to Heart to learn a skill, do not dissuade them. The jobs of the future are skills-based. That's where the jobs are. When we think about computer science, software developers, even if we look at one of the areas that has the most job vacancies is in cybersecurity. A lot of these areas are growing, and that's where the money is. So parents, you should be encouraging your children to go to Heart and encouraging them to do the programs you don't know what they are, because guess what? Those are the future ones. And my charge to the teachers is to embrace this future. There are a lot of ways to teach other than the chalk, you know? There, we can be more innovative, teaching more collaboration, using these robotic kits that we have as a part of learning. The world is changing. Teach the children about these new career paths because they are important paths that we're going to have to go on, and we want to make them ready to be in the future. And for the participants who are going to be competing or who are thinking about competing in the future and learning, I say to you, take everything in. Take everything in and know that it's only through practice, only through hard work that you are going to get those gold medals in these competitions. And I have every confidence that our Jamaican young people will do fantastic. I had one this morning who served me, and he won a competition in WorldSkills in hospitality. And so they test you on your ability to serve at a meal and also even your knowledge of wines. We had our discussion about what was the best white wine to have. These are our young people, our brilliant young people learning skills and going out there to make their lives much better. So as we navigate this new era, let us remember the true measure of our progress is not just in the sophistication of our machines, but in the well-being of our people. You can't have the machines just as an end. The machines do something, and that has to be to serve the well-being of our people. We must ensure that the benefits of increased productivity and technological advancement are shared equitably, that no one is left behind in this march towards progress, and that's why these important programs are free at Heart NSTA Trust. In conclusion, the journey we embark upon today, harnessing the power of robotics, artificial intelligence, and technology for productivity and prosperity, is not just a path towards economic growth. It is a commitment to building a future where technology enhances human potential, where everyone has the opportunity to thrive, and where all nations stand together as examples of innovation, equality, and progress. I thank you all.
Thank you so much, Minister. And you know, when you're dealing with an area like mobile robotics and the technologies around that, you need somebody who is excited about what we're doing. And I could see that coming out in your delivery, Minister. Thank you so much for your continued support. Thank you so much. Minister would have alluded in her presentation, ladies and gentlemen, to someone in the room who I want to acknowledge at this point. I was just seeing him. I hope he has not stepped out. Javid, where are you? Minister spoke about competition and how we did well. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to Javid Dixon. Minister, I don't know if there's a relation there. You may need to investigate that. Javid Dixon competed in the international invitational competition that was put on in the area of optoelectronic technology in Shanghai, China. And Javid came back with a silver medal, ladies and gentlemen. So we want to celebrate that kind of excellence. And he's our competitor who will be going to Lyon in September. So who knows, maybe he'll be coming back with the gold. I think he'll make some strides and maybe come back with the gold for us in September. So I wanted to take a moment to acknowledge Javid and use that again, young people, as part of the inspiration. If Javid can go all the way to Shanghai, China, and come back with a silver medal in such an area, you can do great things as well. And I want to also acknowledge Mr. Martin Plummer. Is Martin in the room? I know he was busy. Martin Plummer is the expert who is training Javid and would have accompanied him to competition and would have been very instrumental in helping him to achieve that silver medal. So we have greatness at heart, ladies and gentlemen, and sometimes we don't do enough of promoting it. And this is the head of communication saying that, huh? But guess what? We're going to be doing more of that. We're going to get accustomed to sounding our own trumpet because there's so much that is happening that this country needs to know about. I also want to take a moment, ladies and gentlemen, to make special mention as well of the schools that are participating with us in this training this week. We have representatives from several Ministry of Education schools. We have the Glenmuir High School, Glenmuir. My alma mater, Glenmuir, make some noise. And our managing directors and CEOs, alma mater as well. So we want to make some noise for Glenmuir. We have the Immaculate Conception High present as well. We have Monroe College, St. Elizabeth Technical High School. Dr. Dyer, I think Dr. Dyer has an association with this one. Magotty High, York Castle High School, Innswood High, and St. Jago High School. They're all present and participating. And I want to take a special moment to again thank and recognize Miss Carleen Sigree from the Ministry of Education. Don't you feel good to see the representation that we have, right? She's the Regional Director for Region 3, ladies and gentlemen, and she's actually here representing the Permanent Secretary, Dr. Casson Troop, today. So you can give her a good report, Ms. Sigree, that the schools are well represented. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at that point where we pull the curtains down on the opening ceremony for our Autonomous Mobile Robotics Invitational Training Camp. We continue through to Friday. We will be having training over the next couple of days, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, we will open up the invitation for more of the Ministry of Education schools, Ms. Sigree, to come in to see what these trainees would have built during the training and how they will demonstrate what their robots can do. So we're having an exhibition on Friday and we'll be inviting the schools. We have invited the schools to come in to see and experience that. So Friday promises to be a great day. Minister, we know you have Senate, so you won't be able to join us, but we'll make sure you see the images and the videos, and we know you'll be with us in spirit. So we want to also invite you, if you're able to, ladies and gentlemen, join us for that on Friday so that you can see the culmination of the work that has taken place over the week. So it has been my pleasure to be your moderator this morning, and I want to thank you for being a keen audience, very cooperative, very supportive, exciting. I want to thank you, and as we bring the curtains down on the opening ceremony, I'm going to be inviting our minister to facilitate a photo opportunity with some of our key stakeholders, partners, trainees who are going through the competition. So we bring the curtains down formally, but I'm going to be inviting all of these people in the front row to remain for a photo op initially, and then I'm going to be taking some of the trainees and students. So don't go too far. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Julia Smiley Green, Communications Officer, WorldSkills, Jamaica. Minister, we start with you taking the stage. And I'm going to invite our CEO, Dr. Ingleton, CEO and official delegate, to step in for this first photograph. Mr. Bent, technical delegate. Mrs. Kane Davis, technical delegate assistant. Our partners from Studica. I'm going to invite you to join this one as well, Derek and James. Mr. Mitchell,